The Great American Eclipse. The political sands have been shifting underneath our feet every day due to the chaos of an out-of-his-depth president to manage himself or the country. Yet the rotten fruit of this administration has yet to fall. Things are about to change. A once-in-our-lifetime solar eclipse on August 21st in the sign of Leo portends an end to this egregious charade of a presidency. Wherever the eclipse path traverses, that particular country or territory will experience massive changes for the months and years to come. This forthcoming Great American Eclipse will be viewable across the entire continental United States. In this instance, we can expect the United States to experience changes in leadership and the eventual purging of an obsolete and corrupted model of governance. Additionally, and not uncoincidentally, the eclipse will directly affect the chart of prefabricator-in-chief Donald Trump. His 29-degree Leo ascendant is directly impacted, as well as his Mars in Leo in the 12th house of hidden affairs. Finally, there will be a younger man who will literally or metaphorically take him out. And as he is 71 years old, there are a slew of candidates for the job. In fact, the undermining is self-inflicted, as Mars in Leo in one's 12th house of undoing is related to hubris, ego, sex, speculation, and plays for power. A person's self-image and oftentimes physical body are affected by an eclipse conjunct in one's ascendant, so those scoops of ice cream and shady business deals may finally do their damage. In ancient times, eclipses portended the changing of fortunes and the transition of power. The ruler in charge was eclipsed from view in some way. While it may or may not be immediate, this is the beginning of the far too long end that most of America and the world have been waiting for. In February 2018, there will be a follow-up lunar eclipse that will continue the transformation. This is all happening in the long wave cycle of Pluto and Capricorn, deconstruction of the patriarchy. This sham puppet of a president has embodied every anti-democratic impulse imaginable, and news media and late-night comics have endlessly chronicled his bizarre and disturbing behavior. And it has been quite unimaginatively oligarchic to boot, literally lifted from the dictator handbook. At our inception as a nation, we seceded from a monarchy in order to self-govern, with the intention to create a free society for all, which especially benefited land-owning white men. We have failed on the systemic level with the current corporate oligarchy, as well as on the personal level, where few individuals take full responsibility for their words and actions or their role in the state of the world. And as astrology returns us to the scene of the crime, because Pluto was in Capricorn during our country's founding, here we are again with a sad pretender who has totally bastardized the role of leader and countryman and revealed our shadow side: immaturity, immorality, fantasy thinking, selfishness, greed, and obsession with outward show. He is our problem, and we are our solution. This is a major turning point, both personally and collectively. A new eclipse in Leo might suggest we refashion our image of a leader, one who embodies the higher forms of Leo: courage, inspiration, integrity, generosity, creativity, and self-actualization. A confident individual whom, because they are aligned with inner truth and light, does not require fawning and ostentation to prop up a decaying facade covering inner weakness and lack. And as a leader, she is a first among equals, selected for her dedication to service whilst embracing the tapestry of separate but equal. Additionally, this cannot be overstated, we must do the inner work to educate and heal ourselves and grow up to be full participants in creating our social and political reality. In addition to the ongoing Pluto cycle, which in America will culminate with our own 250-year Pluto return in the early 2020s, the paradigm-busting Uranus-era cycle is revealing the cracks in the system, and in so many ways, Trump has blessed us by amplifying the need to recreate our society and prompt us into more engaged and adult governance by his very opposite example. As we all know, the resistance movement is stronger than ever, and younger generations will replot the course of America. But as the old guard and despots cannot see otherwise or take a hint, God and or the cosmos, which is dictated by our soul's intentions, will accelerate the necessary endings. So while it is indisputable and verifiable that the majority of Americans want to see Trump out of office, what do we want our government to really look like? As usual, I do go back to the original Constitution, which was a channeled, enlightened document. But as a living, breathing contract, we must adhere to the spirit rather than the letter of the law. The essential truths are self-evident, but the outward expressions of archetypes change, and we must bring these up to date. We've now seen the worst form of what patriarchy can greasily skim up to the surface, and we as individuals must question our views on success, power, and leadership. And it is up to us because Trump was, for the most part, elected, or at least supported by a portion of the populace who were either tricked or traumatized, or decided for their own selfish reasons to totally abandon their moral principles. We've got work to do on the outside and the inside, so hold on to your baseball caps. This eclipse may bring the end of empire, but in the coming months and years, we may be going through birthing pains as we attempt to create the next incarnation of America. I'm Med Astrologer Patrice Kamens.